Hi all, welcome to my channel, oodelollyb. My name is Lauren, and if you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for returning. I've really had a fun time making these videos this past couple weeks, so I'm so appreciative to anyone who has given any of my videos a watch. Today's video is kind of spur of the moment. I've actually been locked inside my house the past week or so due to testing positive for COVID. I have had symptoms, but other than getting to finally take my dog outside for walks the past day or two, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. And some of my favorite videos have been creators talking about their fave and least favorite attractions at various Disney parks. It's kind of been a rabbit hole. It's fascinating that so many people love Disney, but feel so differently about attractions and what they want in an attraction. And then I decided, since I have nothing better going on right now, I could do it myself. So I did. I did it myself. I did my some faves and least faves at each of the 4 Walt Disney World Parks. I haven't been to Disneyland yet, unfortunately. It is definitely on my list. We will get there. So I stuck with the ones I know best. So yeah, I actually did my 2 least favorite and 2 favorite attractions, and then I did an honorable mention at each park, because why not? So let's dive into it. Hang on. I've been drinking a lot of coffee. It's felt good on my throat. I love this mug, by the way, and I thought it was super appropriate. I love this. I think I got it off Shop Disney like last year. Okay, I'm gonna put it down for a second. Okay, so let's do Animal Kingdom, because why not? Okay, we'll do least favorite to favorite, because I feel like that's more positive, a better positive vibe. Okay. Least favorite attraction in Animal Kingdom. I hope it's all of your least favorites. Triceratops Spin. I cannot stand the entire area of Dinoland USA. And I think they've already demolished Primeval Whirl, aka Death Trap, so that's not on the list. But Dinoland USA, they could burn it down in the middle of the night. Obviously a controlled burn with no injuries. I'm not a monster. But they could burn that place down in the middle of the night and I wouldn't care. I'd be joyful the next morning. I think Animal Kingdom in general is such a beautiful and creative and imaginative and immersive park that that whole area is just an eyesore. I have strong feelings about it, obviously. Okay, my second least favorite, which some people might disagree with me, it's Finding Nemo the musical. I do believe it is closed right now to be reimagined. I'm not 100%. I don't think it's open since the pandemic. However, number one, the benches in that theater are the most uncomfortable seating choices I've ever sat on. They're aesthetically pleasing and very pretty. They're terrible to sit on. I don't know who made that decision. Second thing, the show itself. I love live theater. I love musicals. However, I just don't know why they chose this movie to make into a live production. I think it's just my eye doesn't know where to go. I'm very distracted by the puppets and the actors and the merging of them. I understand the creativity, but it doesn't work for me. So I saw it once, and honestly, I just never felt the need to see it again. And especially with Lion King right across the park, which is so fantastic, I think Finding Nemo gets lost. Like I said, people could feel extremely differently about that. That's fine. Okay, 2 favorites. My second favorite ride in the park, when I thought about this actually surprised me. It's Flight of Passage. We went on it for the first time this past spring when we went. And full disclosure, I've never seen Avatar. I don't know if I'll ever watch Avatar because I don't really have a desire to sit through it. The land itself, Pandora, is obviously visually stunning. But Flight of Passage, I think everything from the queue line to the ride itself is wonderful and stunning and immersive. And the technology used for that ride is mind-blowing to me. To be riding this, creature and have it actually feel very alive is really, really cool. I mean, you can feel it breathing when you're riding, and that just blows my mind. And I normally don't go for like 3D or simulator rides, but I make an exception for this one. I would wait in line for this. So yeah, that one surprised me. All-time favorite in Animal Kingdom is Expedition Everest. Again, Animal Kingdom is stunning, the park itself. There's no exception for Expedition Everest. As soon as you walk in that queue line, there is something for your eye to go to. There's so much detail and so much care taken into consideration when they design that ride. I know it's all outside, and Animal Kingdom is very well known for like standing on the surface of the sun when you are standing in line, but at least with Expedition Everest, there's always something to look at. And then the ride itself is just such a fun time. I love riding it with someone who's never been on it before, because that whole backwards surprise gets them every time. Although my husband and I just rode it when we were there. After we got off, we were like, that seemed rougher than it used to be. And that just might be us getting old. I don't know. But Expedition Everest, awesome, must do. Get single rider line if you can. If you want to ride in the front, request the front. Definitely do it once. Very cool. Okay. Honorable mention goes to Kilimanjaro Safari. I love the safari. However, it's very hit or miss. It's kind of what the animals are feeling like that day. You can have an awesome ride, seeing all kinds of animals. Or if they're kind of not feeling it, you're kind of just going to be on a Jeep, through different grassy environments. That's kind of why it's an honorable mention. It's definitely a must do, absolutely, but it's really can be hit or miss. Okay, let's go to Epcot, because I love Epcot. All right, Epcot, all-time least favorite is Mission Space. I just don't care a lot about space, for one thing. Again, I don't really like the simulator ride. It's not really my deal. I've done both sides, orange and green. If I could choose, I'm going to go the green side. I don't get super motion sick, but I don't need to test it. And I think I don't like about it, which is different about Smuggler's Run in Hollywood Studios. Like, everyone has a part to play in Mission Space, but none of it matters. Like, you can push the button or not push the button. It's just there, it doesn't add anything to the ride. Second least fave is Journey into Imagination, and I love Figment. I really do. I have a little pin thing of him back here, but it's just a shadow of what it used to be. It used to be so good with Dreamfinder and, all that. So it's fine. It's cute. Take kids on it. It's, it's fine, but it's not anything to write home about, kind of. And I will say that very ending scene gives me a heart attack every single time. It actually one of the single scariest moments in any Disney attraction. If you've been on it, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Okay. My two favorites at Epcot. My second favorite is definitely Living with the Land. It is so underrated, although I think it's becoming more popular. There's rarely ever a line, and if there is, it moves very quickly. And it's a nice leisurely boat ride. You can put your feet up, and I love the mixture of the animatronics. You can see the Garden Grill restaurant up top. And I love going through the greenhouses. I just think it's fascinating, and it kind of changes every time you ride on it. So there's always something new to see. You see the fish and the plants and the vegetables and, all that, and the little alligators. I think it's so cool. I would love to do the behind the scenes tour, which I think is really well priced for a Disney tour, actually, because that looks really fun. It'd be fun to get up close in the greenhouses. So yeah, love Living with the Land. Give it a chance. Favorite would be Soarin'. I love Soarin'. The sights, the smells, your feet dangling, feeling the breeze. It's awesome. It is definitely a ride worth waiting for if you are going to wait for a ride in Epcot. I'd recommend Genie Plusing or Fast Passing or Light Link, whatever the heck there is now, instead of waiting in the queue line, because the one downside is that queue line is terrible. There's nothing to look at. I know they added those cheap, weird games. It's weird. But yeah, definitely worth waiting for. If you can request the middle hang glider in the top row, I would, because that gives you the very best view. There's no feet in your way and you're front and center. But Soarin' is just awesome. And if you've been on it, you know, I really haven't met anyone who hasn't enjoyed that ride. Honorable mention does go to Test Track. I love Test Track. It's definitely a must do. I don't mind the reimagining of it, the futuristic look. I think it's still pretty neat. And I love the whole outside, you know, concept of it. The one downside is if there's like a raindrop within the vicinity, it shuts down. It does not take much to shut that ride down. Definitely fast pass it. Lightning Lane. I don't know what it is now. Genie Plus it, whatever. Okay. How about Magic Kingdom? Okay, Magic Kingdom. My least favorite ride is the Astro Orbiter. This kind of goes along with Triceratops Spin. The Astro Orbiter, the only thing I can say about it is thank God it's not on the ground taking up valuable attraction acreage. It's in the sky where I can kind of forget it's there. I've ridden it one time because when we were cast members, I made it an mission to ride and see every attraction and show, whatever. So we did do it. It's extremely uncomfortable. If there was a line, it will take forever to load and unload. I do not recommend this ride. If you want the little spinny thing, go on Dumbo or even Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Skip Astro Orbiter. It's a waste of time. My other one is Tomorrowland Speedway. This attraction is ginormous. It takes up so much room. And when they announced the Tron ride, I was so excited because I thought that meant Tomorrowland Speedway would go away. It hasn't. It's still there. It's not going away. It's cute to watch little kids drive the car. I'm sure it's cute for parents. I'm not a parent. But just be forewarned that while you're waiting to get that cute little video of them driving the car, you will be waiting outside on asphalt in the blazing sun, surrounded by the gasoline fumes for God knows how long, because that is, once again, not a fast loading or unloading attraction. Godspeed to you. Favorites at Magic Kingdom. Second favorite is definitely the People Mover. Where else can you just sit outside, put your feet up? If you time it right, you can see fireworks, and that you can go inside another attraction. You can kind of get 2 attractions in one. And if you're really lucky, you can see Space Mountain when it goes down and the lights are on, and you can see how terrifying Space Mountain is with the lights on, and you know you would prefer to ride it with the lights off at that point. Fact. People Mover is awesome. Must do. All-time favorite ride at Magic Kingdom is Pirates of the Caribbean. This has always been my favorite at Magic Kingdom. And I know the one at Disneyland is supposed to be better. I haven't been there to experience it, so I can't judge it. I will get there and I will judge it. But right now, I love Pirates. I love that it's real. I mean, it's obviously slightly Disney-fied and toned down a little bit, but there's real pirate themes in it. They're not cutesy. They haven't, you know, they're drinking, they're ravaging a village, whatever. I do have to say, I love what they've done with the female pirate, Red, I think her name is, and I would love to see her in her own movie. I think she would be such a badass character and so fun to watch. So yeah, I love Pirates. I love the smell when you know, get on. And another kind of positive thing is the queue line is all inside and it's always very cool in there. So bonus if you need to wait for it. And I would wait for it. It moves pretty quickly. Honorable mention for Magic Kingdom goes to Carousel of Progress. This is more of a sentimental value to me. It was my dad's favorite ride. He drug us on it every time. And of course, we didn't appreciate it. We thought it was boring. But now I really do appreciate it for what it is and the marvel it was. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day is my favorite Disney quote. I have it in my house in various places. And yeah, it's more a sentimental thing to me, and I do make a point to, you know, go on it at least once while we're there, just for those reasons. So, okay, last but not least, we got Hollywood Studios. This is my favorite park, actually. So my least favorite attraction are the alien swirling saucers. And this Pixar Place is so freaking cute. It's adorable with Slinky Dog Dash and Midway Mania. And I feel like they really dropped the ball with these swirling saucers. I don't know why they decided to put these there. I think there could be something so cute, even with the aliens, that really added to the area. And unfortunately, this just seems like a space filler. I'll go on it if it's a walk on, but I'm not going to wait more than 5 minutes for it. You can go on something the exact same at your local fair. So that's unfortunate, I think. My other least favorite, and I might get judged for this one, I'm not sure. My other least favorite is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. There's nothing wrong with it off the bat. There's nothing wrong with it. It's cute. End of story. I feel no connection to it whatsoever. I like the trackless ride vehicles. It's very smooth. The technology is very cool. I just don't feel anything about it. We waited a good long while for that attraction in the spring, and the line was outside. I mean, a good 45 minutes probably for it. And I was just kind of like, I wouldn't wait this long again. That's unfortunate. It's not that I loved the Great Movie Ride. I mean, I do wish they could have just upgraded and taken it to the next level in a reimagining. I understand that they couldn't and they had to nix it all together and put something else in there. But I don't know. Again, I'm kind of about it. So yeah, I might get some flack for that one, but that's okay. But to be honest. All right, 2 faves. Second favorite, Hollywood Studios is hard because I really like almost everything there. Rise of the Resistance is my second favorite. I watched all the Star Wars movies, including The Mandalorian, during quarantine, during the pandemic, before we went to Disney next time, because I wanted to appreciate Galaxy's Edge. I'm really glad I did. I'm not a top super Star Wars fan or anything like that, but I'm glad I have an appreciation for it. So Rise of the Resistance, while probably the single most anxiety-inducing event to get a virtual queue spot, that was terrifying. Once you got on it, the technology and the immersiveness and all the elements, from the cast members to the animatronics to the 3D, and not 3D, I guess the screens, I don't know how you call it, and how it was broken up into different sections. It was long. It was just really, really cool. And my husband, who has never seen any Star Wars or had any interest in it, loved it. So that was a big tell. So yeah, Rise, I think it's easier to get on now. I think there's a standby line, or you can lightning lane it or whatever. So maybe take advantage of that. But it is definitely worth your time to try to ride it. Okay, so my favorite attraction at Hollywood Studios, and actually any of the 4 parks, you might be able to guess, is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. This ride is a classic. It has withstood the test of time. It's now the park icon, which is awesome because I can now find merchandise for it. It was very tricky before without going to that little gift shop. But this ride, I fully believe, is the total package. Everything from the cast members to the cast member costumes to the visual you get just looking at it from across the park to the sounds you hear coming up Sunset Boulevard, the exterior of the building, the queue line, the interior lobby, the pre-show in the library, the boiler room, to loading onto that actual ride vehicle. It's the total package. It fully envelops you, and what it's supposed to. It gives off this vibe of foreboding. I know people are terrified of it, and I get it. You can literally hear screams coming up the street. However, get on the ride. Just try it one time and you never have to ride it again. It is so worth it. But if you can bring yourself to get on that attraction once in your life, please do it. It is an absolute must do. For my husband and I, when we go multiple times, we make anyone we go with get on it. So if you would like to meet up with us at any point at Hollywood Studios, we will be happy to ride it with you. Other than that, total package of a ride, fantastic, immersive attraction. End of story. You cannot fight me on that one. Honorable mention goes to Rock and Roller Coaster. I love Coaster. It was kind of up there with Rise, and it might change on any given day. The only thing I don't like about Rock and Roller Coaster is the queue line. Most of it's outside, and it's super boring, and it's hot. There's nothing to look at. The ride itself is awesome. I have ridden it with the lights off, ridden it with the lights on, and ridden it in pitch black. All three are awesome. It's really, really cool. Definitely a must do. If you could single rider it, then single rider it. You'll get in a lot faster. Okay. Yeah, so those were my choices. I actually thought long and hard about this today. Please comment below if you agreed with me, if you disagreed. I would love to hear your opinions. And also, please make your own video. Like I said, I've gone down this rabbit hole watching this. It's so fun to watch what people like and dislike at a Disney parks. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I love interacting and meeting with new people. So, other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, y'all.